What's going on, man? It's your big brother K-rino, and y'all are tuned in again to another episode of K-rino Radio right here on my YouTube channel, The Real K-rino, man. And special night for me tonight because I got some brothers with me. I've watched these brothers, from day one. We all grew up together, and we've all just basically started out in this thing and building, along with another brother who I'm gonna get acquainted with tonight. So as y'all can see, I got the OG, the great Ronnie Spencer in the building. Y'all know him. One day you're here, one day you're gone. Where I have my brother, little Kano, rapper, producer extraordinaire. I want to refer to him as the young OG. The one. Yeah. Last but definitely not least, my brother from Talk101 podcast is in the building, man. How y'all feeling, family? How y'all doing tonight, man?
Oh yeah, we're doing great, man. Just hanging in there, man.
Hey, no question, man. It's an honor to have y'all on, man. And I'm gonna go around the horn, cause like I said, I ain't gonna hold y'all long, but we're gonna make it do what it do. I'm gonna start with the OG, brother Ronnie Spencer, and just we know y'all got a big show coming up on New Year's Eve, so let us know what's going on with the show and when it is, where it is, what it's about, what the motivation behind it is, and you got the flow, big brother.
Well, what's going on, y'all? Everybody all right out there?
Yes, sir.
Y'all good.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, it's a big movement right now, and what I got going on with R&R Entertainment and with the rest of the fellas is John and me on this project. We come up with that project to, just let everybody know what we own. Me and Kano and D1 really put some nice songs together, and they all different and, for the culture. So the show is about us, releasing something different in this music industry. We've been in the game a minute, and to let the world feel us and let them know that, hey, ain't nothing changed. We still doing music. We still doing good music, and that's what it is. You feel me? The show, we're going to perform the songs. It's the first time that we actually put something together in H-Town that I know of, that you do a show and put the whole, perform the whole song and show the video, that one of the songs that we all come together that we thought would probably be a nice video for, the album. Like I said, we put a lot of hard work in it, and it's for the fans. It's for, what we do. This is what we do, is music. Everybody that's on the album is doing what they do in music, which I'm dealing with, to me, all legends on this project. So it's like, it's an honor to work with these guys. It's an honor to be able to put something out like this. It's an honor to perform it live, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like, this is what it is about. It's about us coming together as men and artists and making something like this happen.
So this is a new album. This is a new project that's being released, and this is the album release concert for that project.
Right. This is the album release for that album, and
what's the name of it?
Compilation. So me and Kano and D1 gonna do a series of this album. It's gonna be 10 projects. So this is the first one, and we pretty much got generation 2 already together. So we just, ahead of the game on this, and that's what it's gonna be. So I'm gonna be dealing with a lot of different artists in Houston, down south, including yourself, Quinn. That's what it is.
What's the name of the album?
The name of the album is Some of the Hardest Down South. So the reason we titled it because we're gonna be dealing with pretty much all the South legends and rappers down here in Texas that's hard in Houston. With a lot of them that I have worked with. Y'all have to excuse me, my daughter's calling me. That is.
So basically, and the show is on New Year's Eve, y'all. It's at the Scout Bar. We'll get an address and put the information in the description. I want to move over to my brother Kano real quick, man, because
go down.
A legendary producer, legendary rapper in the city, straight out of the boot. But out here blessing us with his presence in Texas, man. He's worked with a little bit of
Tony.
Go ahead, Kano. Let us know what you've been up to, because you to me, you one of them individuals who you'll step on the scene and let us see you for a while, then you'll drop back out of sight. So get back in the lab. So let us know what you've been up to, my brother.
I've been, working on this project. Some of the hardest down south volume 1. We came together. We was like, man, a lot of these cats, they try to put out one project, and then you got 100 artists on the label. They only focus on themselves. You know what I'm saying? We felt this would be something that we could start moving all the artists that's serious about what they're doing, and we make sure everything is done correctly. Paperwork done right. Everybody getting their publishing. We coming together. We just making the movement where we eating. You know what I mean? And it's creating another wave for the new school. Some of the old cats that want to come get on some of the records. We just doing collabo records, and it's all original music. You know what I mean? We're not trying to sample nobody music. We just creating the art of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let people know real quick, Kano. Let's let them know some of the people that you work with, because a lot of times, people will see and hear your work and be very familiar with it, but they don't know the actual individual who that work is attached to. So just enlighten us some of the folks that you work with.
I could go down the list. We can start from New Orleans first. I go from New Orleans. You got UNLV, which was one of Cash Money biggest groups. I work with. I got a chance to work with Turk from the Hot Boys on a few projects. I worked with Juve and Papa Roo on a few records back in the day. I got a chance to produce Full Blooded. Used to be with No Limit.
Okay, look like he froze up.
We got a single with me, him, and Boosie. My backdoored, and I produced UNLV album called A Relaunch. I had 9 tracks on that album, and I came back. I did the Cloverland album with me, Biting the Boys, and Lil Flip. I produced that album too as well. And a bunch of solo projects. You know what I mean? I learned from the best. You the best to me. You know what I mean? In my book, and I'm gonna tell you, it's more to it. It's not just about just any type of music. You know what I mean? You have so many powerful messages that if they would just listen to what you saying, you know what I mean? You would just learn just by the movement of the words. Everything has a power. It's the power in the words. And that's one thing I learned in my career. You was one of the persons that I looked up to in the game. Was like, man, he should have been way past all these cats. You know what I mean? Your delivery, your stage presence, all that stuff played a big part of my life. You was one of them. Of course, Willie D. I worked with Willie D. He had the group Huntsville. You know what I mean? I got a chance to produce a few records on them with one record with Ross. You know what I mean? I worked with Yin Yang Twins, Special Ed. Yeah. It's your boy Nitro from Oklahoma. That was with Flavor Unit. I had a chance to work on the Barbershop with Ice Cube. I had a song in there, made history with the Barbershop 2018. Man, I had the 2019 R&B record with Mary Griffin, Turn Me Out, which was the #1 record. Man, and I'm still moving.
See, and that's why it's important, man. Sometimes they say the only way to hear some music, you got to blow your own horn. So that's why we want to let people know the things that y'all have done, man, because the world is so big and the internet is so big to where a lot of these great accomplishments can get lost, man. I want to let my brother up here, my brother Boss Talk 101 podcast, man. You have built your platform up, brother, and been consistent in your work as well, man. Introduce the people, let them know who you are and what you've been doing, and just what your progression is and origins in this thing, and what you plan to accomplish in this game. Not that you're not already accomplishing a lot.
No, we just, I'm ECO, and this my wife, Miss Jamaica. You see us on the show. Just check out Boss Talk Podcast 101, man. That's where we started. Actually, this year, met Ronnie and him, and they came down, him and Renetta, and we embraced one another as well as everybody else that we've been dealing with. Loving Houston, man, and loving the South and the Southern Sound, Dallas, and just Atlanta, been California, just everywhere we went and recorded and just pushed the show. We ain't been out, like I said, but even just 11 months, but we got 470 episodes, man. And we got over just this month alone, over 10 million views when you start to research it. You can go on, we was on World Star, Vlad, they pushed us on every platform, Cam Capone News and everything in Dallas. You know, Dallas is actually moving a lot in the blog world. So we just stepped in the game, really putting God first and embracing the culture and trying to give our people a good look. We got so many of our young children that's on these internet waves, man. We got to try to do something to inject positivity into these waves. And without us doing something, we shouldn't say nothing. So therefore, we gotta, if we putting God first and we really care about our youth, we know that they're constantly on the phones and they're not even taking their heads out of these places. So we got to get involved. And the way we get involved is to create platforms and places where we can connect with them. We got to meet them where they're at in order to be leaders in their life like we should be. You should train a child up. And so the way we train them up is we start to relate to them where they're at. So that's what Boss Talk is about. So when Ronnie reached out to us and was like, hey, man, you want to get involved? Most definitely we wanted to be a part of whatever's going on, where we can connect with good people like yourselves, and me and Miss Jamaica can come down there and embrace y'all and love you to death.
That's beautiful.
Life. How about that?
That's beautiful. Yeah, because that answered my second question. I was going to ask how you became affiliated with the whole family like that. I'm going to move to my brother, the young OG, brother D1, the chosen one. And I watched this brother come up basically almost from the beginning, you know, when you were working with my brother K Water back in the days. And now I've seen you rolling with Ronnie and Renetta for all these years, and you've been a part of that family and that machine, man. Tell us what you've been up to, D1, and what you got going on, and how have you been able to just keep yourself relevant in today's game like you have?
I think one, I just been doing a whole lot of living, OG. You know what I'm saying? Just staying blessed, staying focused. As far as staying relevant, I think it's just about consistency. You know what I'm saying? Just, having fun. I feel like, the type of music we be making, if it's reality music, you know what I'm saying, and it's decent music, it's gonna always have a time and a place in the world. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just about the consistency. Just make the music and it's gonna find its place. You know what I'm saying? That's what it took me a minute to learn that. Make the music and it'll find where it need to go. So that's really how I stay relevant as far as that situation. Just grinding, man. In the lab working with Kano and them, or like you say, working with K Water, starting off, years ago, how we did it. It was just all about the consistency, man. Wanting to get in there and just believe in yourself, and knowing where you wanted to take it to. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely. I look at a lot of guys around your age group. I know you're not a baby, but you ain't old as me. You ain't up there with me, Ronnie and Kano and all. That's like
y'all season, man. Yeah, I'm almost there though.
The reason I said that, the reason I asked that, because the question I want to ask you, just out of my own curiosity, is how have you been able to kind of, I guess, bridge that gap between those generations? Because I would assume that you connected to both. So has that been like a natural thing, or are you trying to figure out a way to balance that?
Nah, honestly, I think it come natural, OG. Like the same with you. You know what I'm saying? I would wonder that same question with you, but I think it come organically. Like I watch your fans, it's like it's through the generations. You got kids that can be 5-year-old up until, a person that's 69 that could be a K-rino fan. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about what touched the ears. Just like when I was growing up, when I really think about it, like being young, you know what I'm saying? Some of my favorite rappers, of course, was like, you know, SPC, like Kano say, Ghetto Boys, Tupac. And this when I was, now that I think about it, this when I was in middle school. And these guys was, you know, 25, you know, 30 at that time, you know, some. So I just think it's all about just the type of music that you're around and what you're adapting yourself to. Like me personally, when I make the music, I just think, you know, whoever it targets, it connects with. As far as just how I bridge the gap on it, I kind of feel like how J. Cole said, he little bro and big bro all at once. You know what I'm saying? On y'all end, you know, I'm little bro, you know, I came up and I got that grind from y'all as far as still getting it out the trunk days, you know, when we were slanging them CDs on the road, me, you, blank, however we did. But I'm still young enough to be able to know how to catch that internet wave and, you know how to work that. So it's almost like just having the best of both worlds, right. You know what I'm saying? And just knowing how to apply it, you know what I'm saying? But it's cool. It's cool. But if you ask me, I say, man, it just ain't nothing like, you know, the older days, of course, how we used to get it, man, stuff like that. So that's probably the only really part I have with adapting. You know, the way music is these days with the streaming, it ain't like when, you know, we used to open up the CDs and you could see what your favorite artist, who they was thinking or whatever, or, you know, just appreciating on the project. I guess stuff like that. That's the only part that really be different for me, just the connection, how we used to connect with people more.
Ronnie, let me ask you this, Ronnie, because in my eyes, you always have been a person to me that bring people together. And you know, I think this is another good example. Like, ever since I've been knowing you, you always kind of create a family environment and a structure like that, where you just take parts of the world and put them together like a puzzle, and you're doing the same thing. And a lot of people that are with you, they've been with you forever. Is that, had that always been your vision, or just kind of just happened, or you just like, man, what brought about that type of technique of family structure that you seem to utilize?
Well, me as an artist, I see talent in a lot of people that other people don't see. And we'll forget about that brother. You know, when I met D1, I seen talent in him right off, you know, and I knew that he needed a little structure. I knew he needed somebody to, you know, believe in him, and, you know, and that's what I did. You know, I believed in him, and I knew he could rap, and I knew he had a vision in his career. I knew that he was trying to reach a certain goal in his life of music. Right. So I just say, you know what? God gave me a gift to help people like that. And it's the same with Kano. It's the same with, you know, anybody that I come across with in music. I try to get the best out of them. I'll give them the best that I can possibly give them, because nowadays in this time, for me to help a person, it's more beneficial to that person than it is me. I don't get nothing out of not trying to help somebody or showing somebody something right than to know that I could help them and don't help them. I mean, you know, you just got to be real. I'm just a humble dude to do that. You feel me? Because once upon a time in my life, I needed help. Right. You feel me? So a group by the name of UGK helped me. You know, a soldier by the name of LD helped me. You know, so I feel like I return that favor to other artists in the music industry, regardless if they white, black, Mexican, or whatever. It don't matter. As long as you can help somebody get somewhere in their life when they real, that's what matters.
Yeah, because I've seen you move in all circles. You know, that's why it's interesting that you said that. From every record label that everybody knows, every clique, every artist that everybody knows, somehow Ronnie Spencer has been through those doors, everybody's doors at some point. So that is a testament to that versatility and to that mindset, you know, that you really break it down to us right now. Kano, let me ask you, man, what's your role in this? Like, when did Ronnie bring you in, and what is your role in terms of just building on what he said about looking out for other artists and working with different people to try to enhance the, I guess, the culture of of not just the city of Houston, but I would say the independent scene itself?
I would say, man, I look at the artist drive, man. You know, I look at how they work. You know, a lot of times you gotta look at what a person going through. You know, how can he hold up if he got problems at home and we got this show coming up? How can he hold up if we got studio time? You know, if he gonna pitch in, you know, I tell anybody, man, the best investment is in yourself. You know what I mean? And a lot of these cats, man, I feel like they had a talent, but they don't have a structure. You know, what we was just talking about. We could, because it's easy to build an artist. You know what I mean? You can take an artist and build them if you put the right structure behind them. You know, a lot of things just have to be organized a lot better. You know, what we started doing with our careers, you know, it's a lot of things we missed out on. It's a lot of checks we didn't get, you know, from the performances down, you know what I mean? That we supposed to be millionaires just off performance royalties, you know? So I feel like this the turnaround a little bit, you know, it's a little harder than it was before. It's easier for us to market the side, but it's harder because we come from a structure of, we get out here with our CDs, we finna sell something. You know what I mean?
Right, no question.
And
Let me ask my brother. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. All right, stop.
No, I was saying I think it's more easy access now than ever. You know, I feel like, just like we were saying, it takes a team of strong cats that want to work, really, you know, that's dedicated and ain't scared to put up, you know?
Absolutely. I wanted to ask my brother from Boss Talk 101 podcast just to build on that also, because were you involved in any other aspects of the music industry? What were you doing before the whole podcasting thing happened? And what is the premise of your podcast in terms of what do you want to give people from it? What do you want them to get from it?
We always love music, man. And if you're ever in Dallas, or you can come by, you'll see that we've dealt with so many different people in the industry, but more so, we've been Black business owners, man, trying to provide for the community. That's more where my lane has been, man, because that's where I'm at with. I love entertainment, but I also love giving back to these communities and being a Black business owner, man.
Right.
I definitely enjoy the music, love everything that everybody brings to the table, whether it be Houston. You know, like I said, we've had Mr. Ronnie Spencer on the show, Trilly Pope, DJ Chose, Black Card, Steve-O. You know, we've had all these people coming through showing mad love to the channel. We just had Carl Crawford up the other night. So, you know, at the end of the day, God kind of has a way of just putting us where we need to bridge these gaps, man. If God wants us in the entertainment, then that's where we're going to be at, you know. But it's all about that. I really make my move by spirit, man. So at the end of the day, that's what I do. I mean, and it's been a heck of a run. I've met some great people, and I've been able to help a lot of people, man. So when Ronnie asked me about coming and getting involved down there, it's nothing, because he came up here and supported what I was doing. And like I said, even like I said, if DJ chose any of those guys, cause it's the same thing. But love the music, man. You got to realize the UGK thing goes deep for me. You know, I'm really from East Texas, so
Right.
I was my auntie lived in Houston over there off of Lee and all of that ever since the 50s. So over there by Smiley and all that. So I always was in Houston all my life, and Dallas and East Texas. So that's been a heck of a run for me. But I definitely, like I said, I always go back to the children for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It ain't about me no more. I got my kids coming up, and you got the youth coming up, and they see what we're doing. So we got to give them something to look at that's appealing, so that we can help them grow. If we don't do that, then what we doing this for?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's about building for our future generations. And I'm really happy to hear you speak on just the foundation, the spiritual foundation, and talk about how none of this happens. We incorporate God into everything that we do. And that's how we move. That's how we're supposed to move. He has to be the center and the nucleus of everything that we do. So that's wise words my brother. We're gonna go back to D1 real quick. D1, how many projects you got now, man? Because I know you've been, like I say, you've been doing it for a minute now, so I know you got a little catalog up under your wings now.
Yeah, I say probably about maybe about 12 mixtapes. I ain't got a solo actual, album out yet. I've been kind of waiting on that, just to get like my brand, how I wanted to build it before I actually did that. But I say about 12 underground mixtapes. That's what got me here. Guard good. I can't do no complaining. But we're going to turn it up 2022.
That's right. That's right.
We're going to wake them up.
That's right. I have seen my brother Ronnie, man, just be a nonstop force in this game. We got a few minutes left to tell us exactly where the show is. If you got the address to the venue, let us know, and give us a hint on what we can expect that night at the concert.
Well, you're gonna expect a lot from each and every one of us. We've been working hard for it. I do have an album that's coming out with Big Pup. Daughter also is having an album coming out with Big Pup.
Yeah.
We have a video that I did with Big Fats, Zero, and me. It just hit BET. It's doing good. It hit BET. It hit MTV, VS1, and Billboard. We 41 on Billboard, so we're doing good with that project. So this project that I put out now is just a little sample of what's really going to go down when I put my album out. So, I mean, that's just what it is. And I hope everybody enjoy it at the Scout Bar, which they always do. Even when me and you on stage, K-rino, they enjoy it. You're going to be in the house that night too. So I'm very happy that you're going to be there with us. So it's like, you're one of my favorite rappers. So I can't wait to see you there in the house. And we're just going to turn up and have fun. And this is about everybody in Houston, about all the artists. Everybody come out, and have fun, celebrate, bring the new year in. And, it's a big movement, and we all put God first before we do anything. And that's what I like about this little group that I'm with now, Kano and D1. They're very spiritual, and, that's just me. So, and we just clicked together on it. And believe it or not, we did this album in like probably 2 days.
Wow.
We finished it. We did the video. It took us like 3 days for that. So it's like we just moved real fast on it and didn't realize we was moving fast on it, but it all came together. We all kept God first, and we just stayed, 100 with each other and worked hard on it. And I'm very, very satisfied with the project. And their work ethic was so good and so quick till I know that they are really, really growing in this game. So with that being said, look out for these two young men's albums coming out. Also, we got a feature a guy by the name of Mo Cash out of Louisiana. He's on the album. We have some more Louisiana guys is on the album. I'm bad with names, but.
So the album drops that night, or what's the official release date?
Yeah, it dropped December 31st.
Cool.
It'll be out that day.
Rundown on that.
Okay, beautiful. And Kano, last but not least, my brother.
Yes, sir.
So you'll be in the house that night as well, my brother, because I don't get to see you much.
Yeah, I'm performing a set too, man. I got a project called Underground Legend. Gonna be coming after we worked this project at some of the harder down south volume 1. I'm gonna drop that Underground Legend after that. And then I have like Out the Vaults, which like all the old music with the features I never put out with some I mean, you talking 3-2, Fat Pat, Big Mo, everybody, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just I gotta get that music that's been out. So I'm gonna call it Out the Vault, and this start flooding some of that music that's been sitting there, because I got thousands of records, bro. Yeah, so and this ain't just so it's like our work ethic is crazy, man. It's one thing about us, we could get in here and produce and create with our eyes closed, because we understand the elements of it. We understand the formats. We know how to transition with the sound. And that's real big, so they could be looking forward to a lot of music coming out from me next year for sure on the production side and the rapping side.
Man, we're looking forward to it, man. I want to thank all of y'all for spending some time, man, and coming on. And please, y'all, everybody that's listening, that's going to watch this, be sure to support everything that these brothers and sisters are doing, because we got to do this together. You know, we independent, and all of us are bosses in our own right, and none of us are powered by the machine. We do all this ourselves. So in order for us to keep growing, and if you say you're tired of the norm, you're tired of the mainstream and the watered down commercialized stuff, get behind individuals like Ronnie and D1 and Kano and Boss Talk 101. Get behind those people and those platforms and make them big.
And K-rino.
Blow them up. You know, hey, God is great.
Right.
So I thank y'all. I thank y'all for coming on. Go ahead, brother.
You need to put that address out there. You was asking for it. Ronnie,
Yes, sir.
if I'm wrong, it's 18307 Egret Bay Boulevard in Houston, Texas, 77005.
No doubt. Bro. We'll put it in the description as well. The beautiful thing is everybody in the city, they know the Scout Bar. But absolutely, we thank y'all so much, man. And everybody, we wish y'all the most of success.
Sure.
And it's beautiful to see us tie these things together from whatever cities we're in and whatever projects we're working on. So continued success to y'all and the family. And you know your big brother ain't but a holler away, man. Man. It's your big brother, K-rino, man. One love to all of y'all. Blessings and peace.
Bless.
Salute, OG.
They can go on the Cowboy website and purchase tickets. It's for anybody that want to show love. We ain't.
That is. Peace.